Hi guys, happy Witchy Wednesday. All right, so I wanted to kind of briefly go into Lilith. This is some really interesting information, especially with the context that she is in. So here we go. It's seriously amazing. All right, so it's called The Devil and All Her Works. Now, sacrilegious and bizarre though it may seem to believers, arguably, even the Bible does not claim that God, the Heavenly Father, created the world, or at least that he did so alone and unaided. There's somebody with him, although carefully obscured by both Jewish and Christian priests in the millennia since Genesis was compiled. The Hebrew that has been translated as the singular God in the creation passages is actually the plural Elohim, or Elohim, I think it is. Just as cherubim means more than one cherub. And by implication, Elohim, or Elohim is often shortened to El or God, El or Allah in Arabic, giving the spurious impression of one male God as a ruler and creator of everything. Well, apologists continue to protest the plural is merely used to indicate a plenitude of might, but that that is as it may. I can't talk. The fact remains that even the familiar Yahweh was not alone at the beginning of all human life, for even that Alpha and Omega of male supremacy once had a wife. Not only that, but in some versions of the story, she gave birth to Lucifer, while in others she had taken him on as her lover. Worse, she herself had tumbled terribly from grace in men's eyes, becoming a demon and metaphorically carrying all of women with her, together with Eve's fondness of fruit and snakes, the apparently shameful exit of God's wife from her exalted place as his consort and helpmeet, underpinned the collective unconscious of the Jews, followed by that of the Christians. So he did have a wife. This is really interesting. I mean, Lilith is a big role in all of this. So now the concept of women as unreliable, unpredictable, pawns of the evil one, and Eve at least had yet to experience premenstrual tension, informed their treatment of wives and daughters even up to the present day. Wives were a problem for God from the beginning. According to Hebrew legends, Adam's first spouse was not the infamous Eve grown from his spare rib. That's funny, spare rib. But the even more troublesome Lilith, although she began life as the Canaanites' reserved Balat, divine lady. So the story goes that as poor Adam was bored with having to take his pleasure with the beasts of the field. Whoa. Anyway, okay, with having to take his pleasure with the beasts of the field, he was compelled to marry Lilith, who must have been very flattered. I doubt. It was not to be a marriage made in heaven, obviously, especially as she refused to obey the rules of Yahweh because she knew his secret ineffable name. The new husband was appalled by Lilith's assertiveness in bed. She refused to lie beneath him in the missionary position. Anything other than the man on top position has traditionally been denounced as accursed by both Muslims and Catholics. That is wild. Is that not wild, you guys? I mean, wow. Now, unimpressed by Adam's declarations of male supremacy, in which he cited God as his authority, she taunted his sexual techniques before using her convenient wings to fly away. Then, when God's angels arrived to take her back, she cursed them and threw herself enthusiastically into an orgiastic sex with demons, who apparently know a thing or two about pleasing a lady, producing 100 children a day, all of course devilish. Wow. That is intense. That is some intense thought right there. Oh my God. Now, Eve was much easier to cope with, along with being a woman. She still managed to get expelled from paradise for bad behavior. But as Jeffrey Burton Russell notes, although the story of Eden readily lent itself to an attack on women, in fact, no good reason existed for blaming Eve for original sin any more than Adam. So, Lilith is no longer found in the Bible, but she is. She resurfaced in medieval times as nothing less than the devil's mother. Now, in a parody of the Blessed Mother and the angels, she joins the ranks of demons in singing praises around the throne of her son. In another version of her later myth, she and her daughters, the Ilium, continue to wreak havoc in men's lives as lustful she-devils, whose nightly attacks cause nocturnal emissions, against which medieval Jews carried talismans. Like their notorious mother, the Ilium always squatted on top of their male victims, apparently adding to the horror. Is that not interesting or what? Now, Christian monks lived in terror, or so they claimed, of an attack from the harlots of hell, or a succubi, and slept with hands holding a crucifix uncomfortably crossed over their genitals to ward them off. That is insane. Okay, it is said that every time a pious Christian had a wet dream, Lilith laughed. We may be amused at such unsophisticated interpretation of natural physiological phenomena, but it must be remembered that to good Christian men, this was a truly terrifying attack, for they believed that their souls were being sucked out of them together with their semen. That is just bizarre. Like bizarro world right there. Now, Lilith's daughter, also called Lamia, Hora, daughters of Hecate, among other titles, cursed men to dream of erotic encounters with women, so the succubi can receive their emission and make therefrom a new spirit. That is great stuff right there. We're going to leave off with that. Because I like what's going on in this book. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this? I thought that was really interesting. And I really think it's interesting, plural, the Alpha and the Omega did not have. It was not just him, it was the wife. And he always had a problem with wives. So why is it that the Christian God is such a male white supremacist? What is it about that? Why? I don't get it. But I hope you guys can find some answers or something, because it's mind-boggling. But I love it still. It gets even better, a lot better. So, all right, guys, I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you guys are, everything. Don't get sick. Be safe. All that stuff. I love you guys with all my heart, all the way from, of course, Venus, always, all the way back down. And I will see you all tomorrow. So everybody, thank you for watching. I love you guys, and I'll be back tomorrow.